Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me. How's everyone doing? Great, I hope. Thank you for all the sweet words. I will admit to you that I'm in a bit of a fog right now. I'm not totally awake. I actually woke up at 2:40 this morning because I was on the Today Show live at 5:30, and that was wonderful. And then I've been doing other interviews all morning, and then I took a little nap just now. I had an hour window and I was falling asleep, so I just woke up. I woke up 20 minutes ago, but you know when you take a nap sometimes and then you wake up feeling more dazed and tired than before you went to bed. That's kind of how I feel right now. But so happy. Thank you for joining me. Oh, Candace is here. Hi. Oh, Holly's here. Hi. That's so great. And all of you, thank you so much. So today's Giving Tuesday, and I want to highlight the Salvation Army today, which I have. There's a little donate button, and I would, even if it's $1, anything, please donate today. I'm going to be reading my brand new book. It's not out yet. It's out January 26th, and it's called Candace's Playful Puppy. And the Salvation Army LA Daycare is also watching right now. Hi everyone that's there. I was supposed to go there in person, but it got canceled 2 days ago because we have new guidelines here in Los Angeles and they wouldn't let me come. So always better to be safe, but I was gonna read this book to all the kids there, and now, because that couldn't happen, you all get to hear it, and this is the sneak peek of the book. Okay, so let's get started. And then after I read, I would be happy to answer any questions. And again, if you're just joining, I would love if you would donate to Salvation Army in honor of listening to the reading of this book on this Giving Tuesday. I love Giving Tuesday. I'm so glad we have a whole entire day dedicated to giving back. Okay, let's start. Thank you, Candace. Oh, I love it. Okay. Yeah, Candace Nelson is on, and there aren't that many Candaces in the world, I feel like. So it's a special name, so this one's for you, girl. Okay. Oh, Deanne donated. Thank you, guys. This is so wonderful. Okay, Candace's Playful Puppy, and it's illustrated by Christine Battus. Okay, let's see if you can see some of these pictures too. Candace woke up and peeked out her window. The sun was shining, the sky was blue, and a gentle breeze blew through the leaves on the trees. Finally, the day Candace had been waiting for had arrived. Candace's mother was taking her to adopt a dog. Candace's pet hamster, Harry, wasn't too happy about it, but Candace promised Harry that having a dog would be fun. The first stop was the pet store. Candace pulled out her shopping list. Then she chose a special bed, bowls for food and water, a leash, and lots of toys. Just a few, said her mother. Harry didn't have anything to say. At the animal shelter, Candace couldn't believe what she saw. There were big dogs and little dogs, short-haired dogs and furry all over dogs, white dogs, black dogs, yellow dogs, and one little brown and white puppy with more spots than a polka-dotted pillow on Candace's bed. All of the dogs needed a nice home and someone to take care of them. But when Candace picked up the spotty little puppy, his floppy ears perked up and his long tail thumped so fast that Candace knew he was the dog for her. "I'll name you Freckles," she said. And just like that, Candace and Freckles were friends. Candace waited patiently while Mom filled out the paperwork. She cleaned up when Freckles made a mess and didn't say ew. And when the nice lady at the shelter gave her a book on how to train a puppy, Candace tucked it under her arm and made a promise to be the best dog mom ever. In the car, Candace tried to hold Freckles on her lap, but Freckles was more interested in sticking his head out the window to enjoy the breezy day. At home, Candace showed Freckles his new toys. The only thing Freckles wanted to play with was Harry. Oh no, do you think Harry liked that? I bet not. "Candace, it's your job to train Freckles," said Candace's mother. She reminded Candace that teaching a new puppy how to behave was going to be hard work. But Candace wasn't worried. Everything she needed to know was right there in the book. The next day, Candace invited her best friend, Sophie Rose, to help her puppy training. They took Freckles into the backyard. "Sit," commanded Freckles. Sophie Rose pointed to the ground. But Freckles didn't want to sit. He jumped on Sophie Rose and chased a squirrel and rolled around in the soft green grass. "He just wants to play," laughed Sophie Rose. Candace did not think it was so funny. She tried again. This time she held out a treat and told Freckles to sit. "Good puppy," she said when Freckles sat. Candace smiled happily when Freckles gobbled up the treat. Then he dashed off, loop after loop around the backyard while Candace and Sophie Rose chased after him. When Candace finally caught Freckles, she plopped down on the ground. "Puppy training is a lot harder than I thought it would be." "Don't worry," said Sophie Rose. "I'm sure it'll get easier every day." But days, weeks, even months passed, and puppy training wasn't always easy. Sometimes when Candace told Freckles to sit or stay or roll over, Freckles would sit or stay or roll over. But most times, Freckles wanted to chase squirrels, dig in the backyard, or roll around in the leaves. Candace was frustrated, and so was Harry. "Candace, you must stay faithful and dedicated even when it's hard," said her mother. And it was hard. At night, Freckles didn't like to sleep in his special crate. Oops. Every time Candace gave Freckles a bath, the Freckles made a big soapy mess. He even chewed up Candace's training book. Candace had to remind herself she couldn't give up. One morning at breakfast, Candace's mother gave Candace a leash and said, "Candace, please take Freckles on his morning walk before it starts to rain." Candace put on her boots and her coat. She had Harry in her pocket. But as soon as they walked outside, Freckles dashed off, his leash trailing behind him. Oh no, he ran away. Candace and Harry searched everywhere for Freckles. They asked everyone if they'd seen a little brown and white spotted puppy, but Freckles was nowhere to be found. "All I wanted was to be a great doggy, Mom," sobbed Candace, "and now Freckles is lost." Even Harry was sad. Candace and Harry said a prayer that they would find poor Freckles. They just had to stay faithful and keep looking. The sun was starting to set, but Candace wouldn't give up. She and Harry continued to look for Freckles. Candace and Harry turned a corner. They heard a bark and saw Freckles running towards them. "Freckles!" cried Candace. He was wet and muddy when he jumped on Candace and Harry, but they'd never been happier to see him, and Freckles looked happy too. At home, Candace gave Harry and Freckles a long, bubbly bath, and she didn't even mind when Freckles shook the suds and bubbles all over the bathroom. Then the three of them curled up on Candace's bed. She hugged her pets and gently patted their soft, furry heads. "Candace, I know it isn't always easy, but you're a great dog mom because of your faithfulness to always love and care for Freckles," said her mother. Then she gave Candace a hug, and she said she was proud of her for not giving up. Candace smiled. Being a great doggy mommy wasn't easy, but she was never, ever gonna give up. The next day, Candace got a new book on how to train dogs. She kept working to teach Freckles to sit and stay and roll over. Most days, Freckles did what Candace taught him to do. But some days, Freckles just wanted to play and have fun. And some days, so did Candace. The end. I hope you enjoyed that reading of Candace's Playful Puppy, my brand new book. It's not on shelves yet. It'll be available January 26th, but you could pre-order it now, even for Christmas gifts. And that would actually be incredible if you did, because the more pre-orders bookstores get, the more they'll carry them on their shelves in the bookstore. So it's always so important for authors to get those pre-orders so that the stores will buy copies of the book. So thank you. And you can pre-order this anywhere: Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, any place that retail books are sold. But I really, really hope you enjoyed that. I love this one because, of course, you know I have a big doggy named Boris. Do you want to see him? Because he's sleeping right now. There he is. There's Boris. Boris is not such a little puppy. Boris is big, and he just woke up because he heard his name. Did you hear your name, Boris? Huh? You want to say hi to everyone? Say hi. It's my boo-boo. There's my boo-boo. Boris is very big. Boris is not a little puppy. He's huge. He's about 130 pounds. I love him so much. Oh, my baby. Okay. I want to go back to bed on him. Okay. Yeah, I decided to give Candace, little Candace, a little puppy that she could manage. Otherwise, if she had a doggy like Boris, I don't think she could be faithful to even train him because he'd be bigger than her. Boris is bigger than me. Yeah, he literally weighs more than I do. And he's much stronger than me. Anyway, thank you so much. Oh, we already have $450 of donations, 33 donations. Thank you all so much for donating to Salvation Army on Giving Tuesday today. I would love to answer some of your questions. Boris is a Rottweiler. He is a German Rottweiler. And so that's why he still has his tail. They don't dock them there, which makes me so happy. And then I can also read his emotional state much better by his tail. And is Boris my only pet? Yes, right now. We've had so many dogs over the years. Boris is actually my 5th Rottweiler that we've had. And we also had a Cocker Spaniel for 14 years named Emma. But my other Rotties were Sydney and Gianna and Lola and Samson and now Boris. And then we've also had all kinds of pets like we had a hamster named Mary that Natasha got at Christmas. and we had a Russian tortoise. I can't remember his name. We've had lots of fish named Titanic and Sumo. And we also had, it was like an iguana. What kind? It was a dragon. I'm forgetting some kind of dragon. And oh my gosh, my other dog, Samson, when he was getting a bath, it was bad. Okay, we won't talk about that anymore. I'm sorry. Oh gosh, it was like the worst thing ever. Okay. Do my kids speak Russian? Not really. Natasha understands the most. She doesn't really speak any, but she can understand a lot of it. Bearded dragon, thank you for that. Yeah, we had a bearded dragon. Lots of animals over the course of my children's lives. Do I speak Spanish? I don't speak any other languages. It's such a bummer. I speak very few words of a few languages, but it's like, hi, goodbye, where's the bathroom? Thank you. That's about it. It's, I wish I had studied harder in school to learn multiple languages. But I think what I do know most is probably Russian of any language, just because that's what my husband speaks. That's his first language. I would not get a cat, although I really love cats, but we have too many people that are allergic in my family, so I would not get a cat because I love my family and I want them to come over. I'm going to keep reading your questions, but I'm going to talk about Salvation Army again for just a minute because today's Giving Tuesday, and thank you for joining us live with me, and I encourage you to donate to the Salvation Army. Whether it's $1, $5, $100, anything you can do. It's the Salvation Army. When you donate it, your donation stays in your neighborhood, in your community. And that is such a wonderful thing. So know that it's not just going to some random place. It's actually, they know by your zip code, or if you see a red kettle in person, that money stays in that neighborhood. But if you donate online, they know by your zip code and your money stays there. And the Salvation Army does so much good work for everybody across the nation. They'll have helped over 30 million people this year with food, housing, shelter. They have daycares, like we have the Salvation Army LA daycare watching right now. And they have job training, and there's a culinary school here that I had the privilege of going to and helping out and serving. I mean, all kinds of things. They really help people get back on their feet and out of their circumstances. So they do even more than serving meals, which are so needed, but they also tend to emotional and spiritual care for all ages, from infants to senior citizens. So I love the Salvation Army and their mission. So thank you for donating on today on Giving Tuesday. Okay, I'm going to answer a few more questions. Oh, you guys are funny with your questions. Who's my favorite new kid on the block? I love them all. I really do. I mean, I was like a Joey girl growing up, but they were all on the show except for Donnie, sorry. Danny was totally there. He was great. Donnie wasn't there, but I still love them all. Oh, this is so great. I'm reading comments right now. People have bags of donations headed to the Salvation Army. I was actually thinking, Kira and I, if you like to work out or ever follow any of my fitness stuff when we do lives, but Kira and I were thinking to do a live, which we haven't done in a while, and do a donation button on that. So we would hope that if you want to join our live, that you would donate to the Salvation Army that day, $5. Just another way to raise funds. And I also love matching those donations. So thumbs up. I'll ask again. Thumbs up if you guys want to do that and join a workout. I mean, you don't have to. I don't see you on the other side of the screen. You could just say yes and donate anyway. You don't actually have to work out with us. But it could be fun. feel like my brain is still waking up. Could you do another workout with Kira? Yes. Oh, great. Salvation Army approves of the Kira workout. We love that. So we'll probably pick maybe next week and do that live. I'll make it easy, and not just for you guys, but for me, because I just filmed another movie and I got back a week ago. And when I film movies, my fitness has to stop while I'm filming because I can't juggle the schedule that I have and the amount of hours I work for 3 weeks. So I have to just not really work out. And so my cardio won't be as great anyway. So we'll do an easy workout. Do you guys have any other questions? Did anyone catch If I Only Had Christmas on Hallmark Channel the other night? It was just on. I think it's going to be on either tomorrow or the day after. It's going to re-air. Lots of Fuller House questions. I miss Fuller House so much. I just adore and love that show and love all the people I work with and wish we were doing more seasons. But this last season, season 5, was our 5th and final. That was it. So we're not coming back. But I wish we were. I love my Fuller House family. Oh, someone caught me on the Today Show this morning. Thank you. That was my early wake-up call. Has anyone ever set their alarm for 2:40 a.m.? That was an early one. Okay, I'm reading. I think I'm missing. There's lots of questions going quickly, and I'm missing some of them. So keep asking. I'm sorry if you've asked multiple times and I haven't answered it yet. Or maybe I just don't like your question. No, I don't know. Really, I don't know. I'm missing a bunch because they're like, oh, someone was up as early as I was. All right, you go, girl. Okay, guys, I don't have a Christmas tree up yet. This is so sad for someone who does so many Hallmark Christmas movies. But because I just got back into town and I literally got back to my house just 3 days ago. So I have not had time to put up my Christmas decorations because I have still been working, and I was working in Vancouver. And then as soon as I got home 3 days ago, I've been working every day. And but anyway, now today it's like I'm not working. First day I'm not, but I'm on socials to do Giving Tuesday to talk about the Salvation Army and okay. But I'm planning on going to our storage unit and getting the Christmas decorations tomorrow and putting up the tree and everything. From the LA daycare center, they would like to know what kind of games I play with Boris. And so Boris loves like tug of war. I have a big rope that has a big knot in the center and it's like this long. And so he loves we tug and pull. He loves that. And then he loves if we throw him the ball, and he likes to steal golf balls and try to eat them, which is not good. We don't let him, but he always grabs golf balls. And what else do we play? That's kind of it. We just chase him. If we're like, who's he? Oh, he just got up right now. Who's he? And then he's like, he just goes. And he just runs around. Okay. Oh my goodness. What's my favorite Christmas movie? I love White Christmas with Bing Crosby and Rosemary Clooney. Oh, I love that movie so much. I also, as a family favorite, we love Elf. We watch Elf every year. Was Boris easy to train? It's always hard to train a dog. You just have to stay faithful, which is what this book was all about. You have to stay faithful. But he's a really good listener, and he knows, but some days he just chooses not to. And sometimes I love him too much. I'm like, okay. I'm not a very strict doggy mama, I have to admit. Oh, all right, someone just got the Encourage Bible. That's awesome. My favorite song, Christmas song, is called Leaving Heaven. It's by Matthew West. I love that song. I do not have a new book that's coming out yet. That is not a children's book. I'm thinking of writing one though, but there's just been a lot going on with this year, so we put it on hold. But if enough of the inspiration comes, then I may write another book for women or for adults. Someone wanted to know how I got the curl in my hair. Sorry, kids, you probably don't care about this. But I will tell you, someone came over to my house and did my hair this morning because I could not do my hair and I could, but at 3 a.m. it was just a little rough. So she put this wave in with a curling iron. But I usually do it and just like barrel curl it. But she does it where she goes and takes it and does it like this, and then like this, and then like this. So she actually goes with the barrel like this, and she does it flat. When I do it, I do the barrel lengthwise, like vertically, and wrap it that way. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Someone asked if I have siblings. I do have 3 siblings. I have a brother. His name's Kirk Cameron. You guys might know him. He's an actor also, and I don't know what to say, an evangelist, a pastor. He was on the show Growing Pains and then's done lots of movies, and but he does all kinds of things for the church now. And I have 2 sisters, Melissa and Bridget. I'm the baby of the family. I'm the youngest. My sister Melissa is 18 months older than me, and my sister Bridget is 3 years older than me, and then my brother's the oldest. And both my sisters, they work but also stay at home with their children. My sister Melissa homeschools her 5 children, and she lives on the East Coast. And my sister Bridget lives here on the West Coast, and she has 3 children that are teenagers, and they're both married and all of that. It's great. But I do love being the baby of the family, I admit. Spoiled rotten. I'm just waiting for, oh gosh, the donations keep going up, 830. Thank you all. Thank you for your support. Your neighborhood and community thanks you. My birthday is April 6th. Oh, some of these are going so fast, I can't read them. What is my favorite Bible verse? I love Esther 4:14. That's my personal, I would say, my life verse. But I was just reading from, I put my Bible away. I was just reading from Philippians 4 verses 5 and 6. And that's just such a wonderful verse, just to give hope and peace, to have the peace of God through prayer and petition and with thanksgiving. Just hand over everything to God, and the peace of God will be in you, basically. I don't have that memorized word for word, but you all know what I'm talking about. I believe it's Philippians 4:5, verses 5 and 6. Yeah, Philippians 4:13 is one of my favorites too. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Okay, I was 10 years old when I started Full House. Do I still act in TV shows? I do. Aside from Fuller House, which is still on Netflix, all 5 seasons, I'm also on the Hallmark Channel, and I have a brand new movie called If I Only Had Christmas that aired a couple nights ago. It'll be on all month long. And I also have a mystery series on the Hallmark Movies and Mysteries channel called the Aurora Tea Garden Mysteries. So we just filmed 3 of those this year. So we have 15 of those movies. You guys, I've filmed 26 Hallmark movies in my lifetime. A lot more movies than that because I've done movies for other networks too, but in the last 10 years I've done 26 for Hallmark Channel. I'm glad you guys like the Hallmark Channel. Oh, when did you get into your religion? You know, I first started going to church when I was 12 years old. My parents took our family because we never went to church before that, but my parents were going to get divorced. And so my parents had a friend who invited our whole family to go to church. And that was the first time. But my mom was always a believer. And so she was very happy to go to church, but my dad never wanted to. So because of that, they did go. And that was the first time I ever went to church at 12 years old. And I gave my life to Christ. But as a teenager, I never read my Bible. And I didn't totally understand it. I just knew that I loved God in my heart. And that's kind of where I left it. Until I was in my early 20s and I became a mom, and I decided I needed to decide what I wanted to teach my children and how to raise them. And I knew that God was important to me. I just didn't know that much about him or have much of a relationship with him. So I started reading my Bible, and I was like, I need to actually know what the Word of God says because I've never read my Bible before. And I started reading it, and my life has changed forever. I remember the day I got on my knees in my master bedroom, and I was like, God, please don't ever let this fire go out from under me because I love you. And I understood the gospel message that Christ died for all of us. Are you guys back on? Are we back? Okay. Can someone give me a thumbs up if just so I know this is live right now? Can anyone give me a thumbs up? If you can hear me right now, I don't know. I don't know if these comments are... Are we back? Are we back? No sound? Yes, it's working. This, and then start again. I'm back. Okay. I don't find it a coincidence that I just started sharing the gospel and then my connection was lost. Because I'm going to share Jesus with all of you. I'm going to share the gospel. That's the good news of Jesus Christ. The Son of God was born and came down to earth from heaven and lived the perfect life, upholding every single command from the God's standard is so different. It's by the 10 commandments, and none of us can uphold that. And that's why Jesus died, so that he could pay the penalty for our sin, so we don't have to face God on Judgment Day with all of our unrighteousness. That Jesus made us clean and whole to stand before God on Judgment Day. And that is the good news of Jesus Christ. He did that for me. He did that for you. He did that for every person in the world that he created. That is the good news That is what the gospel means, the good news. So I'm going to always share that good news with you, you that may not know Jesus, that may not want religion. Jesus isn't religion. Jesus is the Savior of the world, and he paid the penalty for all mankind so that you could spend eternity in heaven with God. He paid the penalty for your sin and my sin, and out of that, I'm so grateful, and I will continue to share that good news with you and to read my Bible to know exactly what God says. I don't want to know that good news and then stop. I don't want to know it and then